Are boring corporate video shoots any less boring if you shoot them in Las Vegas? Probably a little less boring, but they're still corporate video shoots. And corporate video shoots are the backbone of video production. We all do them, and they pay the bills. So today, I'm going to take you through a behind-the-scenes look at everything I'm doing with audio for the ISC convention. The ISC convention has like 30,000 people. It's all about security and tech and cool gadgets and stuff. We're here for one of my clients, and I'm going to take you all behind the scenes of how I set up wireless and how I do booming in a very loud room, because this convention center is really loud and it's going to be really hard to hear the people. But luckily, I've got some tricks and tips on how you can get better audio at a convention. So the first thing I need to do is obviously make sure that everything happened as it was when it went through the airlines, and it looks good. So I'm taking the bag out and I'm going to start setting it up. I come in and I reset the mixer, and that brings the whole mixer back to baseline levels. That brings all of these preamps all the way to mic, input gain all the way down to 0. It resets all my outputs to be left and right and proper as expected. Make sure that there's no delays on the outputs. Just gets everything set back to a status that I know. This is my wireless scanner, okay? And this thing will help me see what the wireless spectrum in this facility looks like. You can see here that it's very busy up in this range. Very busy. So hopefully I can get my mics landed down in this range. I have 4 Sennheiser G4s, or 3 G4s and 1 G3. I have a set of cables that go into my bag. And as you can see, I've labeled them all. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right here on the labels. And then I've labeled the other sides 1, 2, 3, and 4. That helps me keep everything organized. Starting with pack 1 that I have, I turn it on, go down to easy setup, then go down to scan new list. Okay? That's going to take about a minute to scan on these Sennheiser packs. So when you're scanning for wireless, you want to make sure that you do it one at a time with these Sennheisers. It's not necessarily the way you would do it with all the wireless systems, but with the Sennheisers, one at a time. So there you see, it's telling me that it has bank 17, it has 11 free frequencies. I say on. Okay, so it found 506.1 to be what it recommends. I have transmitter number 1, and then I'm going to tune this to the same frequency that the receiver has, all right? That number 1 right there, it picked up my transmission signal, and it looks really strong. So then it's very important to leave both of these on while I do the rest. So I'm going to go down the line and I'm going to do the rest of these exactly the same way. The reason why you keep all of the ones you've already set up on is so that this new one that's scanning is aware of these frequencies that I've already selected for my mic pack 1, so that it doesn't select the same frequency for mic pack 2, and so on and so forth. So you can see here that all 4 of my mics found clean frequency space. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's looking good here on the spectrum, and I'm just going to make sure it sounds good in my headphones. Making sure that when I plug these in, I make sure it's in the AF out, and then I go to the AF out and make sure it's set to 0, which it is. Okay. I have 3 MKE2s for my mics 1, 2, 3, and then my mic 4 currently is just running an ME2. This is the standard ME2, but then mics 1 through 3 are all running MKE2s. The reason I don't have 4 MKE2s yet is because I just haven't bought them yet. It's that simple. Just haven't bought them yet. I will, but not yet. I'm going to hold the mic while I test it. So I'm going to come up here, go to channel 1, check, check. Turn that up in the mix. Check, check, 1, 2. That sounded nice and clean. All right. Then I'm going to mute this one. Check, check, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2. Gain it up. Check, check, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Then I turn it up in the mix. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Looking at the level. Turn it up a little more. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 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 check. All right, got that one. All 4 mics were checked in the mix. So that's good. Then we're going to go on to time code. Again, these are Tentacle Syncs version 2s. So I get one of them going into the bag. I have a cable running into the bag. And then these 3 are all going to go on the cameras. So I'm just going to get them all turned on and synchronized. Okay, now we're going to do mic range tests. Juan has the mic on. And he's walking around.
Check, 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 check. Going a little further.
Go a little further.
1, 2,
Go a little
3,
further.
4, 5.
So
6,
Juan is just walking around the booth.
8, 9, 10. Check, 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 check. 1.
We
2,
call this a walk test
4,
or a range test.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check, check, check. Walking. 1, 2.
So he's
3,
probably 50 feet away.
5, 6.
There you go that way.
8, 9, 10. Cool. Coming back.
That's very strong. All right, so I've got all 4 mics checked. Got spare batteries. I'm going to take all 4 of these mics, spare batteries, get them put in to the front pouch of this pack, and then shrink my footprint down to being on that tabletop over there. So I got my kit shrunk down to fit on this stand that I use, which is basically a Matthews laptop stand connected to just a standard light stand. So this is my portable rig that makes it nice and easy to get around. So the last thing I have to set up is my boom pole, which has a CS-3e by Sanken on it and a Bumblebee wind bubble on it. So I got to get this wired into the bag as my last step. This is the only thing in the bag today that needs phantom power. So I just need to make sure that on channel 5 I have phantom power, which I do. In my bag on the side, I always have a corded XLR connected for my shotgun mic. And this is just set to go into channel 5. I'm just going to make sure of that right now. That it's going into channel 5. Plug this in. Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. Underneath the channel. Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. Gain it up. Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, we have it. This Sanken likes to be at around 25 to 30 dB, so we're good on that. Mute that for now. So flying with gear is always really stressful. At least it is for me. So, you know, whenever I fly to these events, I have to put together a Pelican case. And I'm stressed out, like, did I forget something? And usually the stress is completely unfounded because, I mean, as long as you have the basics, you're gonna be fine, but it is a stressful part of doing out-of-town jobs, is making sure you got all the gear packed in your Pelican case, and that when you go through security, they're not gonna mess with you and take your very important stuff. So the way I deal with that is I just say, you know what? I have what I have in my cases, and I can't do anything about it. And I have experience, and I know what I need to bring. And I make a list, and then you just go for it. And if you don't have something, you don't have something. It's all right. And you just have to be totally natural.
I can do that. Does it work?
Totally natural.
It's totally natural.
Why is ISC West so important to us?
So ISC West is actually the premier trade show for the security industry here in North America. We have over 30,000 people coming and attending this event throughout the week. The week is full of events, networking opportunities, educational opportunities, and a great opportunity here for us to showcase our products, work on new connections, new partnerships, and collaborate with customers that we're meeting for the first time here today or ones that we've been working with for years. So it's just an amazing opportunity for us to showcase our people and our products.
This trade show is pretty crazy. There's so much technology here, so many different cool things to look at. And good times. Just a little bit of jet lag. Right now we're at an award ceremony where client, Dormakaba, is up for several awards. So I've tapped the board, got a line level feed from the board. It's an Allen and Heath board that I just pulled a real simple XLR feed off of one of the outputs right into the mixer. It's really clean. I've already tested it. Got my shotgun mic here that I'm just going to fly high and use that to pick up the crowd and the applause and the overall ambience. Now, the entire event is a mixture of different people that are winning awards. I'm going to record the entire time on audio.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Time to get ready for the winners announcement of the SIA New Product Showcase Awards. And we are so excited that you've all submitted submissions, products, solutions, as the new technologies really are one of the number one reasons our attendees come to ISC West to see what's being introduced in the marketplace today. So thank you for participating in the program.
The category of design, diagnostic, and installation tools. The winner is EntryWorks Insight by Dormakaba.
The hardest part about doing this kind of thing is the different levels that are coming from the board for each presenter. Sometimes I have to change the gain by 10 to 15 dB for each person, so definitely a challenge, but that's why it's good to have me back here running audio so that the video guys can focus on their part. So when you're traveling for work, sometimes it's easy to forget the basics. Sometimes it's easy to just get out of the rhythm, and all of a sudden, simple things become hard. I don't know why that is, but sometimes that's the way. Maybe it's because you're sleeping in a different type of hotel room you haven't slept in before. There's too many people around that you don't know. But just, keep your head on straight, focus. You know what to do, but it's just a little stressful to be out of town shooting video. My advice is to stick to your routines, stick to the normal time you go to bed, stick to the normal types of foods you eat. Don't introduce any variables that are gonna mess you up, because you're there to do a job. You're not there to be on vacation. Always remember that. Yep, we're good. Rolling on audio.
Hi. Dormakaba's Women's Network has supported my professional growth by giving me a voice, letting me be seen, and letting me have opportunities that I probably wouldn't have had I not been part of the Women's Network.
So, are you having fun?
You know what? I'm not going to be a liar. These corporate events aren't the most fun. But we're in Vegas, so yes, heck yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, we're in Vegas. Having a good time.
Going well?
It is actually. A little tired now by the end of the day, but what can you do?
I know, man. And the Sanken is doing a great job canceling out all the background noise. It's rather astounding. So, good stuff, man.
Yeah, receiving the Power 100 award is an extreme honor, and it speaks to recognition of the boundaries that we're pushing in the industry, the trails we're blazing for other women in the industry, and honestly, it's motivating to keep doing that and keep making a difference.
Where'd you find this thing?
Dude, this was something I found on a video set. This is like a perfect example of when you're on a film set and someone brings something cool out, and you're like, I need to have this. So this is a Kupo mark, and they make them in all different colors. Pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah.
You just throw it on the ground and boom.
This is your marker. This is where you stand.
My advice to our male colleagues would be to be an ally, educate yourself. There are great resources out there. One that I would recommend is leanedin.org, and that has great resources for allyship.
So we are finished up for the day. We have another day tomorrow with a lot more interviews. Again, great stuff. And this is a busy convention. A lot of people around, a little tiring, long days, but very good. And they won some awards. Awesome. We just interviewed some people that was part of that whole product that won the award. And it's good times.
So Shannon, tell us, how does Sanken X solve for dormakaba's long-term adaptability and future-proofing for the industry?
Absolutely. So Sanken X was specifically designed to be firmware updatable, which is new to the save block world. So instead of having to replace hardware every time you want a new feature or to update something, you can push firmware down using that same mobile device.
We're shooting a series of these all around the booth to capture behind the scenes of what it took to create all these products. A lot of these products won awards, so we're just highlighting all that. They'll be put together into a 10 to 15 minute video that is going to play back for staff.
The newest advancement in EntryWorks for North America is the introduction of Insights. Insights allows us to collect data from our swinging and sliding doors, which gives the owner of a building real-time information to help manage their building.
Matt, thanks so much for joining us today at ISC West. I've learned so much about EntryWorks.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Got a simple one light setup here. It makes us really easy and nimble. Get around this booth pretty quickly.
Okay, good. Good. We're good here.
Okay. That's a wrap for this one. Here we go. Moving to the next spot. This one? Okay. Lots of people. One of the challenges that you have when you're booming stuff like this is anticipating when the next person is going to talk. Because with a mic like this Sanken CS-3e, it's very isolating. So it only gets what you're pointing at. And you have to be almost looking at the other person instead of the person that's talking. You almost need to be looking at the other person so you can anticipate a little bit of when they're going to talk, because you don't want to get caught not ready for that. Plus, on my MixPre, I have noise assist on, set to -2, also to help it out. I could run more noise assist on the MixPre. I like to keep it at -2, because if you take it further down, a lot of times it will change the character of the voice a little too much. So if I can get away with it, I like -2.
Joining me now is Jenna Martell, Product Marketing Manager for our door hardware team. So Jenna, tell me all about Easy Assist and why is it different than other low energy operators?
Yeah, so Easy Assist is our new low energy swing door operator. It's designed for fast, flexible upgrades. It's compact, affordable, it's easy to install, especially with our new Smart Arm feature.
Okay, that one was a little tougher because we had a lot of headroom we were trying to deal with. So I had to get the microphone further away, but I was able to run a little more noise assist, -4, and figure it out. Had to raise the gain. We got it. My advice always when you're freelancing is to not get jealous. You know, I'm in Vegas, I'm doing a shoot. Don't be jealous, right? Jealousy only leads to negativity in your heart. Find the opportunities that are coming to you, maximize the opportunities, and just don't find yourself being jealous or wanting something that someone else has that you don't have yet. Because it's coming for you. Freelance is a long journey. Freelance requires consistency, showing up, doing the work, doing a good job, having a good attitude. And you know what? They will call you back. You know, some of these jobs I do, it's because I got called back 2 years after I did the first job. And I'm not exaggerating. Sometimes it's 3 years. You know, as long as you do a good job and people know how to get in touch with you, it might be years before they call you back for the next job. But you know, you're never going to have a chance to get called back for the next job if you don't do your best on the job to begin with. So stick with it.
What makes Brevo and the Dormicava integration a good fit for property managers?
Really, it's the flexibility. Brevo's in the cloud, so it means that we have an open API so that we can talk to all the other different softwares within multifamily. Brevo doesn't want to build self-guided tours. Brevo doesn't want to do a lot of the multifamily specific products. So what it allows us to do is talk to those other softwares.
You also don't want to pay someone to monitor a camera or sit in the hallway and monitor a door 24/7. That can be very, very expensive. So these are designed to be unmanned solutions. And these turnstiles do come equipped with a reverse button in the event that a person does try to piggyback in or there's some obstruction that causes somebody to be stuck in this compartment. You push this red button here on the side and it will reverse direction and let them back out. However, these can be installed anywhere along the perimeter, and it really comes down to how much security your facility requires.
So I just want to thank you. It's been a super successful show. I'm here on the third day, and everybody's still still as enthusiastic as they were on the first day. So thank you, and hopefully see you next year in Las Vegas.
So that's a wrap on ISC West 2025. I appreciate you coming along for the ride. I hope you learned a few things about making a boring corporate video in Vegas. It's maybe a little less boring because it's Vegas. I don't know. But corporate video pays the bills, and I appreciate everybody who hires me to do anything because it just helps me live this freelance life that I have set out to create. And I hope that your freelance life is working the way that you want it to work. I hope you're finding the clients that you want to work with. I hope you're getting rid of the clients that you don't want to work with. And I hope that you are encouraged a little bit by anything I said in this video. I hope you picked up some tips, tricks, just a little bit of knowledge. So we will see you in the next one.